And breaking news coming in now. Emergency declared in Sri Lanka. Lahiru, our correspondent on the ground in Colombo. Those are visuals that Republic is giving you live from the Lankan capital as the Sri Lankan crisis spirals almost out of control. Now, in an attempt to maintain control, we believe emergency has been declared. Lahiru, when you say that, emergency has been declared and there would be orders passed, directions given to the army and to the police. Well, Saloni was telling us how the army is now trying to maintain control. The police earlier in the day had tried to disperse protesters with tear gas. We'd like to hear from you about what the next steps that could be adopted could be.
According to the Constitution, the President can only declare emergency. So the Prime Minister has now, the Prime Minister is the person who is now in charge of the country. And we've got to know that he has imposed emergency laws as well as curfew in Colombo. Now the security forces, including the military, like before, the police could only arrest people, but now the military can also arrest people under the emergency laws, and they can also round up protesters, and they can also arrest all these people who are now rioting and who are also protesting against the Prime Minister and the President in Colombo. Now the military have full powers to crack down on the protesters. Legally, they have the full powers to crack down on the protesters.
Right. When we look at the protesters right now, ever since the news broke this morning of Gotabaya Rajapaksas having fled the country, they have come out on the streets. What can you tell us about the protesters we are seeing right in front of us? Are they different from those who are camped inside the presidential palace? Are they new entrants, new protesters who are coming in from different parts of the country? Or are the protests being carried out at different places in Colombo?
New protesters are also now joining the protest movement. We are hearing that more people are now going to the streets and headed towards the Prime Minister's office. And we've got to know that there are over 13 factions of protesters, different types of communists, different types of socialist unions, different types of independent groups, liberals, everyone. There are 13 different types of protesters now heading towards Colombo, and so far there is no leadership behind them. These are all independently organized protests. These are all independently organized protesters, and they are all united towards making sure that the President resigns and also the Prime Minister resigns.
And Lahiru, stay with us. We'll be coming right back to you. We see a chopper flying overhead. Well, lots happening there in the Sri Lankan capital.